And also take you live to the Capitol building where we have Representative Salud Carbajal joining us this morning. He was just on the House floor. We watched him about 10 minutes ago speaking to his colleagues there and to Nation about some red flag laws and a bill that he actually has on the floor that's going to be getting a vote.
All right. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Can you tell us about that this morning? Let's try again. I think
we got him now, right?
got him now. Sorry, Salud. We're going to try again. It froze for a moment. There you are. Can you tell us about what you did this morning?
This morning, I gave a speech on the House floor to expands red flag laws known as extreme risk protection orders throughout the country. Right now, 19 states currently have red flag laws known as ERPOs, but we need to do more. As we know, proven research shows that they save lives, they stop mass shootings, they prevent suicide. And so today, later on, we're going to be voting on my extreme risk protection order bill that will go a long way to saving lives in our country.
This is personal for you in so many ways. Do you mind sharing why it's such a personal story?
Well, it's personal for a number of reasons. When I was growing up in Arizona, my older sister took her life with a revolver, and I was the one that found her, and that trauma has lived with our family and myself my entire life. And as a policymaker on the Board of Supervisors in Santa Barbara County, we had a mass shooting in Isla Vista, the student community adjacent to UCSB, which is my alma mater. And the carnage, the victims and the survivors and the trauma from that event for our community are two reasons and issues that motivate move common sense gun laws forward in our country. Case red flag bills.
And it seems very common sense, but how do you sort of reach across the aisle and get people to vote with you? Their gun owners are very staunch in their rights. How do you get them to move the needle a little bit?
Well, my bill has enjoyed bipartisan support in the past. So it's how you do it is you work with people. You try to understand their concerns or not. To incentivize states and communities throughout the country to develop, train, and implement these types of laws. So if we look throughout the country, there are 19 states, many of which are Republican governor and legislature led, and many that are Democratic legislature and governor led. Florida, for example, passed a law after their mass shooting in Parkland. And since that time, 8,000 times their red flag law has been used. In California, after the mass shooting in Isla Vista, a red flag law was passed into law. And that's been used hundreds of times to prevent mass shootings and suicide in California. No one law is going to be our panacea to solving our gun epidemic. But collectively, we will make our communities and country safer by reducing the ability for those that are not in the right frame of mind and dangerous from possessing, owning, or buying guns temporarily.
All right, and this bill will be coming up for a vote later today in the House. Good luck with that, and hopefully it gets some movement from both sides. It seems like there's bipartisan support for it. We've got a couple other little things we want to talk to you about while we have you. It was Election Day on Tuesday. You had a very good night here on the Central Coast. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I'm thankful to the voters and the residents of the Central Coast who again placed their confidence in me by voting for me and sending me to the general election. And I think that reaffirms the hard work I've been doing on their behalf to deliver solutions to address the many challenges that the Central Coast and our country is facing. Those of increased gas prices, food prices, healthcare, childcare, housing, to help alleviate those challenges. And I've worked to also make sure that more economic opportunities and investment in renewable energy moves forward on the Central Coast, as well as addressing climate change and just making sure that we are doing everything possible to protect everyone's rights in our country and on the Central Coast.
And one last question tonight, prime time, we'll hear about the January 6th insurrection. What do you think about that?
Well, the January 6th insurrection findings and reports that have been coming out and will come out more tonight and in the ensuing days is pretty damning and pretty transparent about what really was orchestrated and by who and what transpired. There was an orchestrated strategy and coup that was led by our former president and his allies. And now we're seeing that it just wasn't something that just happened organically. It was premeditated. It took the lives of officers and others. And there was a coup, an attempt on our democracy by a former president. And that is criminal. And I think we're going to see all the facts and the evidence come forward starting tonight. And I think the American people are going to be horrified that this actually took place by a former sitting president and many people around him.
All right, Congressman Salud Carbajal, thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate it, and jumping on Zoom. I know we had some technical stuff, but we got it all figured out there, and we appreciate you joining us.
Thank you very much for covering all these issues. I appreciate talking to you guys as always.